If you are logging into my team today, this is what matters. Happy Monday, everybody. All Star is just a few days away. Now is the time for us to be prepared. Come Thursday, Friday, it will already be too late. Let's dive right into it and see what matters today. 4 daily challenges. Keep stacking up that MT, a free 5,000 MT. Play multiplayer, win a couple games, get some stats, work that into the routine. For the Season 4 tab, nothing new. Highlight and prioritize the Kia Clutch Time Challenge. 11 days left in the season. We'll keep talking about that throughout, but 11 days is when most of these in the Season 4 tab will go. Probably all of these, actually, so just make sure we're getting it done. Now you can see Mixtape has a bit of a shorter timer. Make sure we get this done within the next 3 days, 20 hours. We were able to get that done yesterday or the day before. Free Hall of Fame option pack, we always take that. As I mentioned, 11 days left in the season, so just start mapping out your shots. Look, I'm not getting 250 clutch time wins, but I might prioritize getting up to 100 just for that diamond pack. If it was a Hall of Fame pack, I'd probably be more incentivized, but maybe I will push for that pink diamond. Either way, track it here. Do the math. We have 11 days left in the season. Weekly challenges are still here, and I don't see a timer on them. Maybe they will give us these for the rest of the season. Like I said, that's 11 days. We'll keep talking about it, but definitely prioritize at least some of these. If you're comfortable in online, you don't need to get a win, just get the stats. Legend badge, we take, and I'll highlight this Warriors game. Legend badge, we take. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that or have got it done, but I'll still highlight it. And of course, the signature challenge. Try to get that done before end of season as well, just to keep stacking all of those badges which we like. For greatness, we are still chipping away, slowly but surely. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's what we're doing. We have Garnett, we have Iverson, we have Bird, we have all the specific challenges done. I don't need to get dunks with any specific player right now, not until I unlock the next tier, which is at 1,000. We are only, what is that, 84 dunks away, and we're chipping away at three-pointers, only 229. Quick maths for the channel. We'll get this done. Like I said, at this point, I just need to play the game. So it is looking like Steph will come home, Blake will come home, and Wade will come home. Really, realistically, probably by All-Star event. So that's pretty exciting. But keep on the grind if that's what you're prioritizing. If it's just too much, too many specific challenges, hey, just take the free ones. You know, you're going to get eventually 1,500 three-pointers. Take all these Galaxy Opals. Some are pretty fun. You don't have to complete this thing. And trust me, there's a lot of content coming. So just, manage your energy and your priorities, whatever you see fit. For us, we've just been doing a slow burn and really just kind of chopping away at it, and it's been effective. For the play tab, prioritize whatever you need to today. I will play some Park to get the multiplayer done. Maybe just back in Breakout, farming some threes. I'm expecting a big content drop Friday, so this is the last few days just to finish things up. And then the season's 11 days away, so start mapping out the shots. We talked about it in yesterday's video in Park. If you're chasing a certain number of wins, Showdown, whatever it might be, if something's worth it, we have 11 days. How many games can you get done in per day, essentially, times that by 11, you can start mapping out some of your shots here. Exhibitions are always good. Get as many done as you can. We'll do what we can here now, and won't do them all with you, but free rewards, so make sure we take care of exhibitions. Into the market, I'll highlight the exchange today. Just 11 days left in the season. We haven't seen any updates on Wild Gems. We're not even really talking about Wild Gems anymore. Who knows if they surprise us and bring them back. But if you are chasing one more exchange piece, good on you. Jaden McDaniels was the choice for us. I know really a lot of these cards are good. I've seen or played against most of these cards now. Whatever works for what you're doing. This is a card collecting mode. So even if this isn't, going to be a starter for you, you just want to add one of these guys to your collection to have fun and use. Kenyon Martin was a great player when I was growing up. He was a lot of fun. If you're looking for an elite shooting guard as far as defense goes, an elite defender, I should say, Tony Allen's a great option. But there's some other good juicy things here in the corner. Badges, MT, it's all resources. So whatever makes sense for your lineup. I definitely recommend Jaden Daniels. That would be my personal choice. But any of those options, they did a pretty good job this season in the exchange. So we do appreciate that. And we can take a quick look at the lineup. Nothing too new, like I said. This will be updating probably before the end of Season 5. So I know we took that screenshot at the end of Season 4, and this lineup's already completely different. And it's almost want to, capture this lineup, my mid-Season 4 lineup, because it's so different than the beginning of Season 4. But it still might be so different at the end of Season 4. Such a transformation taking place. We will keep adding resources. I mean, we get Steph and Wade. We're going to have so many different options. Even Blake Griffin might make a push for some minutes. So a lot of fun things happening, let alone the MT count, which is continuing to rise as we see. And we will touch on the market because we have some big updates coming. For the market, we're going to touch on a few things. I do want to touch on All-Star. They have released the names. I think we have an idea of who is participating and what they're participating in. We will deep dive on that. But let's just talk about the auction house in general right now. I am still moving and grooving. We'll talk about those cards at the top there. You can see what I am selling. Still a lot of day trades. Derek Queens. We removed one of the crystals. I still have 2 more to sell. Reynolds, Zaire Williams, really the usual cast of characters who we are buying and flipping. Dylan Harper, able to win him on some bids. I actually got 2 under 70K, trying to list around 81 sold. He is involved in All-Star Weekend, so pretty confident he will sell. Got a good deal on Anthony Black, hoping he will sell as well. So have some big resources here. I mean, these are bigger cards to flip. We're always flipping 100K and below. These are a couple of 80 to 90K cards, so a little bit of expensive cards for me. Of course, we want to move these crystals as well, but I am scaling it back a bit. We were so active in the auction house. My personal strategy is going to be just a bit of patience. Couple reasons why. One, this set's not jumping out at me, and I don't think a ton of people are ripping it. And in general, the market just seems a bit high and a bit tight. I think cards like Hassan Whiteside, I mean, this is just a bit expensive for a pink diamond of this caliber. Don't even make me go back to Artist Gilmore. I hate to do it, but I mean, cards like this should just not be this expensive. It just doesn't really add up for me. And I'm just not seeing a ton of cards in circulation. I mean, really from the top down, like look at Dark Matter cards right now. This is every single position. There is like less than 10 Dark Matters. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with All-Star. This is kind of the tightest we've seen the market. I mean, I've been monitoring the market for a while, and it's been strong and high for a while now, and it's really enabled us to trade. But now it's like really high and really tight, where it's almost limiting our trades a little bit just because of there's not quite as much volume out there, which is fine. So I'm curious, is All-Star gonna be like a huge rug pull where the market really just kind of has a huge drop? So a drop we haven't really seen. I mean, most of the drops have been a bit more smooth descent. When we have seen, like when Flash came out, that was a big set with that Galaxy Opal Shea, and it was right around the new season. We did see a pretty good dip, but it was a bit gradual. I almost feel like we are due for a big pull. Some of these pink diamonds are just simply too expensive. I'm just not sure the market can sustain. But even if it's not a huge rug pull, we should see a very nice influx of cards into the market, making trading a little bit easier. So it's been a little tighter, but I am still doing some day trades. You saw I flipped a few Reynolds. I'm just scaling it back a tad to cards I'm really comfortable with, and cards I think I can sell by Friday. I don't want to take a bunch of cards with me into Friday, and that could be overly conservative. Look, if you guys want to keep trading through the next few days, like don't let me stop you. I could be playing things on the conservative side, and that's just kind of my strategy. I'm just like, look, I don't exactly know what's going to happen on Friday, so I might as well play it a little bit safe. But there is a lot of MT to be made still every single day, and you can see from what I was selling, I mean, this is kind of a casual day for me. We still sold probably over 10 cards, so we'll clear these out real quick, and then let's touch into All-Star. I want to talk about how we can make some MT flipping those cards. But in theory, the day flips still really work. I'm not investing heavily in the newest set, but I am casually doing some day flips, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with the All-Star content that's coming out. Okay, and that MT count is rising, and you can see I actually bought 6 cards this morning, cards that were listed in the NBA All-Star Weekend. And let me show you what I saw. I believe this came out yesterday. So I'm doing my best to digest all this, but from what I can tell, there is no skills challenge. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like we're doing a 3-point contest. and then this Kia Shooting Stars event, and then the Slam Dunk contest. So I'm not sure if Skills Challenge is not part of it or whatever it may be, but they released the participants in the 3-point contest. Will there be specific challenges for each one of these players? I don't know. For my personal situation, I have most of these guys. The only one I don't have is Devin Booker, who's pretty rare. His pink diamond's incredibly expensive. Con Knuckle, they gave everybody a free greatness one, and there was one in the festival. We should be good. Lillard's also a bit rare. The only one I have is a free agent. We all have Maxey. We should all have Donovan Mitchell. He came in a locker code. And I'm lucky I have the Series 1 or Gems of the Game of all three of these cards. Look, I don't know if I recommend going and chasing all these cards. They're already very overpriced. Like, people are buying into this and they're buying all these cards and they're just getting too expensive. Like, let's take a look at a couple real quick and then we'll hop to the next event. So this is every Norm Powell on the market. I mean, this diamond's not really overpriced. I mean, maybe not a bad deal. There's only 4 and we're in a sticky situation a little bit because I'll be real. If there's a challenge that specifically requires Norman Powell, all of these, he'll be very expensive. All of these will be like 30K minimum. But to go and buy all these right now off rip could be a little risky. Definitely willing to bid on these cards. Like, why not? Let's see if I can win some of these on a cheap bid. Because what I'm doing is I'm trying to sell the hype. Like, I don't know if we're gonna need every single one of those cards. Maybe they have an event or a challenge that's like, use one of the 3-point contest participants. Because when you look at the dunk participants, I really don't think they're going to make us use, Gold Series 1's cards to get the dunk contest done. So my mindset is to buy now and sell on the hype. It's only Monday. That's why we're already ahead of the curve and they're not going to give us that much information. So I think if you can get these guys at good deals, you might be able to make some flips. And that's what I did for the next event, which is this Kia Shooting Stars. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but here's the list of participants. Again, I have most of these cards. I don't have a Richard Hamilton. I don't have a Corey Maggette, but I think I just bought a couple, and I didn't have Ron Harper. This Ron Harper Jr., there's one Ron Harper Jr. I think he's a diamond, or sorry, a gold, like a really, I don't know. There's not any in the auction house. It's just a random gold card. Again, I don't know if they're going to make us use all these specific cards, but is it worth having one? Yes, if you have them, maybe if you can get a really good deal. But what I did go look up Ron Harper, and Ron Harper is an interesting one because he was a meta diamond. His diamond card was really, really nice. He was already kind of rare. And I bought out all the Ron Harpers on buyout available. I think I got them at decent prices. And I'm going to try to sell tonight or tomorrow. I'm not going to hold these into All-Star. There's a huge chance there is no events with these. And, it's a bit risky, I guess you could say. It would be much more risky to try to hold. And so I bought out the Corey Maggette's on buy now, and I bought out the Ron Harper's on buy now. Pretty good prices. I think room for profit. Let's see, 34 on the Ron Harper. He has extra Hall of Fame badges. And this card was going for like 100K for a while. Pretty good deals on the Amethysts. Got them both, 14 and under. Think I can flip those for 20 today. And I'll have the only Diamond Ron Harper. So I'm going to try to sell these for like 50. Try to sell them before the weekend. Fully knowing if there is a challenge associated with these guys, maybe I could have sold more, but really protecting myself where if there isn't a challenge with these guys, then I will still make my profit on Wednesday or Thursday. And it reminds me of a story I heard about the California gold mine and the people who really got rich. There was a couple gold miners who got lucky and found a gold nugget, but the people who made the most consistent money were the people selling supplies. It was the innkeepers. It was the authors writing guides on how to gold mine. And that's kind of my mindset. I'm not trying to find a lucky gold nugget. I will just, sell supplies to the people out there kind of chasing that gold. So I do want to flip these cards. And I mean, we thought the same thing for the Jackson Hayes. Like, he's really rare and really expensive. People are listing him for like 60K. Look, here's one at 16. Do I even try to buy that one and flip? I won't, just because I probably could flip it for like 20. But I bought one at like 4 and I just added it to the collection. I think I sold one at 14. So I've already flipped a couple, but I'm not, going to chase like, what is it? It's this Jace Richardson, who is apparently Jason Richardson's son. I did not know that. He's incredibly expensive. it's just a bit of a risk. And I don't see 2K making us do challenges with Gold Series 1 cards. So with the events, honestly, I'm hedging. I'm doing both sides. Yeah, I have a Jackson Hayes, I have a Carter Bryant, but I'm not going to spend 50K combined to get Jace Richardson and Johnson. If I need to come Friday or Saturday, we'll cross that bridge when it comes. And kind of same for this. Like if I have the card, great. For a couple of them, I'm trying to make MT now. Like I said, I'm just playing the hype essentially. And same with this. I see the 3-point participants more likely getting events. These are more name, like we know these cards. I wouldn't be surprised if they make us do a challenge with Tyrese Maxey. I'd be a bit more surprised if they make us do challenges with a Gold Series 1 card. But again, it is 2K, so we may get surprised, all right? So my mindset is just trying to hedge both sides as best as I can. Have as many as the cards as I can from the All-Star event, but then at the same time, not overextend myself. Any card from that event that I buy, I'd like to buy early. Today's Monday. We're early, guys. That's what's good about this channel. We're ahead of the curve. At least we want to be. We want to set the curve. We're trying to set the curve. We're getting in early, and I will try to exit before the potential ball drop. I hate to say it, it reminds me of like a crypto rug pull where it's like on Friday when there is no event, people holding the bag might be a little bit unhappy, but just focus on what you can control. If you want to be one of those guys that tries to hold the bag, some people do get rich off that stuff. Let's be real. So you might find the gold nugget. You might want to play it like me and like, look, if I can get Amethyst Ron Harper for under 15K, sell him for 25K because he's just really rare and they announced the participants today, I'll take my profit now, and maybe I got to use some of that profit to go buy him back later to get the challenge done, but we'll deal with that when it comes. So kind of my mindset with All-Star, yeah, I'm definitely keeping a pulse on things. There's going to be challenges, but I'm not trying to guess what 2K is going to do. They will throw curveballs, and I don't want to overextend myself by any means. And really, that's just my mindset for the auction houses. Look for some good deals, still do day flips, but not be holding much come Thursday. Really enter Friday, almost like a clean slate. And that could be over conservative, but it's just my personal mindset. But one thing I want to touch on, since I mentioned the market's a little high and tight right now, when I'm coming in here and just looking at my usual cast of characters, I'm just noticing like not as many cards in the auction house, only 2 Osar Thompsons, both incredibly overpriced. 3 Nas Reeds. I'm like, wait, what am I actually going to bid on? Usually there's just a bit more fruit to kind of try to pull down from the tree. So here's a new filter. We're still using bids, but one idea I had, I was like, what if I just go to Pink Diamond and set the maximum bid to really low? Like I want to see newly listed cards that are up for 1,500 and below. And it's a pretty short list, but like here's cards I can guaranteed bid on, like this Jerry Lucas. I understand his floor quite well, and I can just go ahead and put a bid of like 26, 27. That's great. Rafier Alston, I'm like, oh, I'm not quite as familiar, but now I know there is a Rafier Alston that fits the mold. So why don't I just go back to my collection and go specifically to Rafier Alston and see what's going on. What's his daily floor? This is a brand new card, so I understand he's probably going to keep trickling down, but it looks like I could flip him today for at least 35, maybe 37. So I see this bid opportunity, like let's put a bid in at 25. That filter I just showed, it will just at least help shortlist a few cards because as I mentioned, the market is very high and tight right now, so it might be a little tougher to find some of those day flips, but you can do the same thing with Diamond. Just keep the maximum bid really, really low. Like I'm looking for diamonds that are on very low bid. Boom, this Sabonis, I think that's a 20K card. James Jones, he's like a 10K card. I'll either bid right here in this screen if I'm familiar with the price, or like with Sabonis, I'll just be like, okay, cool, Sabonis is a diamond in the bounce set. Let me just pop over to the bounce set real quick. Go over here, find my homie Sabonis. Oh, I already have him, so I can't. All right, well, when you have a card, it takes you one extra step, but let's just search him up personally and see what's going on with Mr. Domantas Sabonis, as I'm getting better at my pronunciation with some of these players. Cool, there's 3 up. Again, usually this card's a 20K card, but the market's just a bit tight right now. I'm not gonna go above my comfort zone though. I really think I'm selling this card at 24 or 25, at least quickly. And I think he's even more of a 20K card. So hedge myself a little protection. I will bid 17. Boom. So I'm able to shortlist some potential bids. It takes a little bit longer than usual, but just on days like today where the market's a little tighter, I think that can save you some time rather than hopping through, different sets like we usually do, but just not having nearly as much fruit. This card was just listed 20 minutes ago. Even that 20K, a little high for Aldama. Would rather bid on this one, even though it has like 10 hours left. We'll just bid 17. So in theory, still plenty of time. It's only Monday. I think day flips are fine. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're cutting a little close, but just keep moving, keep grooving. There's always MT to be made. We are sniffing 700K. We don't have many bids out, so that's pretty much my true, okay, I guess we got a decent amount of bids out. Kind of my true MT amount, but we will get these guys up on the market right away. So why don't we get these guys over to my auctions and I'll list them with you just to show you my strategy. Okay, and over in my auctions, like I said, we got some big hitters in here. Hopefully this Anthony Black moves with profit. If not, I'll sell at a break even. I don't want to be holding a card like this going into Friday. The dynamic duos I'd be fine holding. Like Queen will survive the ups and downs of market crashes due to his dynamic duo and due to salary cap. Like salary cap is still not even a thing. Like if salary cap becomes fruitful, this card could even spike more. Crystal, I definitely want to move by the weekend. She's selling closer in the 40s, still plenty of profit to be made, but I'm being stingy. Hopefully I can get a little closer to 50. If they don't sell this cycle though, I'll definitely update their price. But the new cards we just found. So I found a couple Corey Maggettis under 5K. Now there's none in the market. Look, I'm not going to be crazy. I want to get them sold by Thursday, but I own the market essentially. I bought these both at, 3, 4K. Who knows, guys? I'm telling you, this hype, man, people might buy it. I won't even be too greedy, or, maybe this is being greedy. I'll list at 20 and 17, huge profit, 4K investment, potential 10K profit. Let's see if those sell. We'll have check-ins on tomorrow. For this guy, I bought the only 2 buyout, cheaper than these current bids, both with 3 hours left. So I'm kind of setting the market. I'm going to be a bit cheekier with this, especially he is a good amethyst, and these wild gem amethysts are a bit rare. We'll bump him all the way up into the 30s, and I'll set one at 35. Is that my ceiling one, or is that the one I want to make seem like a good deal? That's the one I want to make seem like a good deal. The other one we'll put at 39, 950. Use that old sales technique, like when you see things for $9.99, it's 30. It's technically only 39,000, not 40,000. That's fine. These we spent a bit more on. One has extra badges. Again, I own the market. I think we got him at what, like 24, 25? Let's go 51. Let's be a bit bold, and then let's have him set the ceiling. Wouldn't be surprised if he sells first because of the badges. Also wouldn't be surprised if this is a bit high and these guys don't sell. Bit of a test. Luckily it's Monday. I got these guys 24 hours on the market. They don't sell this cycle. We will adjust. And now I'm a bit invested. This is that slippery slope where I'm like, okay, let's just double check, see if any Ron Harpers are up. What happens when I search Ron Harper in 3 hours and there's like 5 diamond Ron Harpers up or 5 amethyst all undercutting me? I'll just remain patient. I will remain patient. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I think it would be foolish to start, scooping them all up and trying to, build my own market. I do that from time to time, but I wouldn't want to do it in this situation. I'd rather do it with Kenny Smith. You've seen me do it with Kenny Smith, where I just buy them all up and try to kind of set my own little market. But that card has a duo with it. It's just going to hold value. These cards could have a huge rug pull on Friday. We just don't know. I mean, they have that boom bust, but I'm just saying, if whatever reason there's no challenges associated with these guys, and I buy up 10 to 15 of them at a bit of an elevated price, those were elevated already on Monday. It's a bit elevated, but hopefully it keeps elevating till Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday it will either skyrocket or just completely collapse. And I'm gonna mitigate my risk. I'll be out before the boom or bust. I just want to ride the wave on the way up. So we'll monitor that over the next couple of days. Should be kind of fun. But in theory, yeah, there's always ways to make MT in the auction house. And I'm curious, this is just my mind working here. I want to hear what you guys are doing. Maybe tell me after the fact if you want to keep some of it a secret. I'm sure there's plenty of strategies of people stockpiling certain cards, anticipating certain challenges. That's what's so fun about the auction house. It is just an ecosystem of its own. On this channel, I'm sharing with what I'm doing, but it's just one man's strategy. I know there's a lot of profitable strategies out there, and we can always have that conversation, even in private if you want to keep some of it secret, but I just kind of get fascinated by some of the ins and outs of this ecosystem. With that, I hope everyone has a really strong Monday. You kick everything off great. It's a good day just to check in, like no huge grind on the challenges. Just prepare yourself for All-Star Weekend, clear the calendar for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, jokes aside. But yeah, realistically, we're just kind of preparing, working through greatness and having fun while we're doing it. There's a lot of good things to get done. We have 11 days in the season. There's no festival right now. So play how you want to play, work the auction house. If you're going for that boom or bust strategy, I support you. If you're going to do what I'm doing and try to ride the wave, I also support you. Hopefully no one crashes out there. Probably enough of the metaphors. You get what I'm trying to say. I was saying like crash on the wave, like a surfer. I guess this is a surfing analogy. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, like I said, I hope you all have a great Monday. Thank you for the support. We are sniffing towards 400, right around 375 subscribers. Absolutely amazing. Tomorrow, the channel hits its 2-month anniversary. Can't believe it's only been 2 months. Feels like longer, but it's been a ton of fun, and I really do appreciate the support, guys. Check out Kings Episode 2. It is live, and then very intense showdown game. No spoilers, but definitely worth the watch. Hope you all have a great Monday. Much love, and peace.